Alright, more Amstrad Action, usual time of the week. And we're starting issue number 70. We're getting through them now, sort of. Yeah, issue number 70, July 1991. Still £2.20. Yeah, it's still Britain's best-selling magazine for the Amstrad CPC, GX4000 and Plus. More CPC reviews than any other mag. You still get, I think there's still 10 new games, I think, in this issue. It's still going for now. I'm sure they'll change once we hit 1992, but we're not there yet. So bursting the bubble, Pang, Ocean's console stunner. Let's see what they do with the Pang guys. Yeah, they're murdering all these bubbles with these guns. And loads of games. Shadow Dancer, European Super League, Lone Wolf, Gaza 2 again. Budget Bonanza, new regular section starts this month. Yeah, new regular section for budget re-releases mostly, or eventually anyway. Also, Easy as ABC, Donald Duck teaches Tots the alphabet in Disney Software's new series. Going over the top, Narc, Chase HQ 2, Total Recall, and Robocop 2. I'm glad they took out Toki from this, because that didn't get released. I think neither Chase HQ 2. We've got the Power Craze collection of #1 hits. There's Altered Beast, Rainbow Islands, X Out, Turrican, and Chase HQ. All decent except for one. Yeah, Mega Atari ST Spectrum Commodore Amstrad compatible with CPC Plus. Here's our lineup for this issue. A winning team, terrific 10-gen coin-op compilation from Domark. Shadow Dancer, it was a smash in the arcades. Now, how about on the CPC? Pang, console. Galloping Gaspecs, simple but absolutely excellent. Gaza 2, it's fast, but is it football? This one is short on rules, but such fun. You got Lone Wolf, the computer version of the classic role-playing epics. European Super League, a management sim with graphics. Skull and Crossbones, yo-ho, and a bottle of bum? They actually say bum. Yo-ho-ho, and a rottle of bum. Oh, yeah. They're being funny. Plus Budget Bonanza, loads of budgets get the AA treatment. Pang, Shadow Dancer, Donald's Alphabet Chase. Don't touch the letters. One of the best arcade beat 'em ups for yonks gets converted by US Gold. Is it all too much for the Amstrad? Is it heck? And Tearaway, Full Howard samples a tricky little hacking utility. Wonderful. Here's a cover tape. Switchblade, Gremlin's Epic Kickerman, is available in both cartridge and disc and tape formats, and scored highly in both. 94 Stunner, AA64, 90% Master Game in issue 68. And if it wasn't enough to persuade you to rush out and buy a copy, Gremlin has provided a few screens to tempt you in this fully playable demo version of the game. Though the version supplied is for tape or disc, the console version's gameplay is identical, but uses the enhanced hardware to make the game more colourful, so Plus owners can make a fair judgment of the cartridge version from this too. Guide Hero, last of the Blade Knights in the search for the 16 segments of the shattered Fireblade. Except this is a demo version, so you won't find them all. You have to get the full game for that. In fact, the game is massive. You see only a tiny proportion of the playing area in this giveaway. Controls. Use a joystick. Now left to right to run, left to right, down, climb up, down, up to climb, jump, fire to punch, high kick, low kick. Hold down fire to build up the power meter. A tap will deliver a punch. Holding longer gives a high kick. Holding to the maximum power is built up gives a low kick. And P to pause and restart. It should be noted that the console version does allow you to use two buttons. The second button you can use to jump. But the only gameplay difference though, really. Mega Phoenix, attack of the killer pigeons! As winged warriors have returned from the past and intend to make the earth one giant nesting site. A lone, or two not so alone, warrior is all that sends in their flight path. It's all a bit of a nightmarish version of Galaxians. This demo from Dynamic gives you just a taste of what's to come. Mega Phoenix controls use a joystick or the redefinable keyboard. Controls the left, right, fire, and shield for a few seconds of invulnerability. For Future Knight, Gremlin's Super Arcade Adventure is yours for free on this month's tape. You play a knight in shining armour with a difference. He's a knight of the future. His aim? To rescue the fair Amelia, who has been taken hostage by all-round bad guy Spigbot the Terrible. There's a British name, I've ever heard one. Pick up extra weapons you'll find along the way and look for the exit passes to escape from each level. The mazes or platforms are torturous and the puzzle's mind-bending, but you can do it. After all, there's a girl at stake here. Wasn't like those in the old days. That's because this knight is from the future, hence the name. Bulldozer. From New Zealand reader Jerome Erkins comes Bulldozer. It's based on the Japanese game Sokoban. Oh god. The controls of the bulldozer, you have to push a set of spheres into the correct places. Sounds simple? It isn't. There are 10 puzzles for you to pitch your wits against. Be warned, they might look easy, but they're not. You can elect to start from any one you like, and there's a choice of whether to use Mode 0 or Mode 1 graphics. Full instructions are included in the program. Disc offer. All the programs on the Amstrad Action cover tape are easily transferable to disc. However, owners of the 6128 Plus are unable to connect a cassette recorder to their machines, and some of the rest of you may experience loading difficulties. We've come to a special arrangement with our duplicators. For a small charge to cover costs, they will supply a disc containing all the programs we're giving away on the tape. If you would like a copy on disc, simply send them your name and address along with a cheque or postal order for £1.70 made payable to Ablex Audio Video Limited. You may also order previous cover tapes from issue 67 onwards. Just make sure that your envelope is clearly marked with the issue number of the cover tape you require. Yay! My reaction, the letters page is back to its normal position, almost. The Predators are pillock. Why on earth have you changed the once excellent presentation of the magazine? In my view, and all my friends who read AA as well, it's starting to look like a Spectrum mag. Please, get rid of those stupid cartoons of the games reviewers and please change the games pages back the way they were. Issues 5 to 65, for example. On a lighter note, who was the pillock on the page 32 who had the Predator get up on while wearing a t-shirt? Doesn't look right at all. One final query. How come it's taken 6 years for software writers to realise the full potential of the Amstrad and write games like F-16, Turrican and X-Out? If you look at what was selling for full price a couple of years ago, it wouldn't pass for budget software now. P.S. In that letter, green is great, on page 80 of AA68, does it really say that Ian has been using a CPC since October 1884? Ian McCarthy, Manningtree, Essex. Would you call this man a pillock? Not if you know what's good for you. Frank O'Connor is a martial arts expert. The only way AA could look like a spicky mag is if we printed all the screenshots in one colour. The pillock on page 32 was Frank O'Connor, and he is deeply offended by your remarks. I agree about Frank's t-shirt not looking right at all, though, and I've told him not to wear it again. Good question. Why has it taken 6 years for programs to get to grips with the CPC? I reckon it's probably because most of them have been getting by recoding spicky games for the machine and sending back proper development years. It seems amazing, though, that games like Turrican and F-16 are running on the same machine that was producing all those terrible-looking games in the mid-80s. And yes, Ian has indeed been using his CPC since 1884. Apparently it was the same one Brunel used to design the Clifton suspension bridge. Needless to say, it was an early pre-pro model. The CPC 1268 mystery. I think the idea of giving a free tape away with each issue is a superb idea. But if you haven't already noticed, in issue 68 of the Mega Amstrad Action, there's a small printing error on the top of the tape cover. It reads Amstrad CPC 464, CPC 1268, and 464 Plus. As far as I know, there is not a CPC 1268. Philip Price, a confused reader, Forgue, Aberdeenshire. Ah, no, well, it actually is such a machine as a CPC 1268. You know, it's a variant of the 6128 and is identical to that machine in every respect. It even says 6128 on the keyboard. Oh boy, how to be a complete controversy. Oh no. Disgusting. Yes, I'm talking about the May cover tape. I'm sure at least 1,000 young Amstrad users up and down the country, as soon as they saw the tape, immediately wanted to know what a B is. When putting together future cover tapes, please bear in mind that children are buying the mag, myself included. Raina Lucas, 10. Hauserwin. Today I received my subscription copy of Amstrad Action complete with the cover tape. Having examined the contents of the cover tape, I'm puzzled by this month's selection. Tapes are intended principally for 464 users. A large number, if not the majority, of these are young children. I know that we live in a modern, so-called enlightened society, but I fail to see why, from amongst the vast choice of software, you had to include How to Be a Complete Bastard. I'm sure that you will agree that the words bastard and fart are not yet accepted in this country as standard forms of expression among civilized people. Certainly not in the company of children. I'm sure that you will agree that the word... Oh, I see that. The CPC 464 is not my only computer and is kept mainly for the use of younger members of the family, as is the copy of Amstrad Action. I have no quarrel with the magazine, which serves its intended purpose very well, but if the above game is an example of the standard of the remainder of my 12-month subscription, I wonder if it is worth subscribing. J. Bolaski, Manchester. I've had a few letters on this subject and a few phone calls too. I think we should probably get a few things sorted out. Amstrad Action is not and never has been a magazine devoted to children. True, its readership is changing as the perception of the machine itself is changing towards a younger market. We are observing this trend closely. The fact remains, however, that AA is a magazine for all ages. Obviously, we don't want to offend our younger readers or their parents, but no magazine can satisfactorily address every single age group. If we produced a magazine perfectly suited to the needs of the 10-year-olds, nobody over 12 would read it. I'm sorry if people found the game offensive, and from the reaction of those people who have phoned up to complain, I think very seriously about the content of future cover tapes. Nevertheless, those points above need making. Now, some other observations. It's interesting that out of the 1,000 young Amstrad users Rainer believes wanted to know what a B was, he was the only one who wrote in to complain. Also, while bastard and fart aren't, it's true words commonly used by adults in the company of children, I think you'll find those words, and far worse, are commonly used by children in the company of children. Kids are very well aware of which words they can and cannot use and on which occasions. And if they're not, well, they must have had a pretty liberal upbringing. The true argument, of course, is that if a swear word appears in print or on a computer screen, the child will feel that it is thus validated, and they are allowed to use it. I don't believe that, but I don't think it's an argument I'd ever win. Finally, during one telephone call, an irate mother professed to be otherwise happy with the cover tape, including the Predator 2 demo. The game consists basically of going around killing everything you see. This was apparently a fine occupation for a 10-year-old. It's worrying to think that children are thought to be more at risk from the lampooning of bodily functions than the ritualized slaughter of human beings. There's enough moral debate, I think. Please, no more letters or phone calls. I've heard all the arguments, and they've all been noted. Adult computer games are rare, if nothing else, and we don't anticipate doing any more. I have to admit, too, that if the whole thing came up again, I wouldn't use How to Be a Complete Bastard on the cover tape. Whatever my commercial or moral arguments, I guess the bottom line is that I don't want to offend people. Ooh, casting a net. I'm quite distressed. I've looked for a computer game remotely to do with fishing. I've looked for ages through most magazines and shops without a trace of luck. Companies keep on tuning out shoot-em-ups and racing games and not one fishing game. If you hear of one, could you please print the news in AA? You're my last resort. David Curry, High Wycombe. A fishing game, eh? I hate to disappoint you, David, but I asked around all the people on this floor and nobody had a clue. You won't find fishing games perched on the shelves in the high street, even though it is a lot of people's sole interest. If anyone can help, drop me a line. You'd have thought Ocean would have done a fishing game, wouldn't you? Ugh. AA on the telly. I've recently seen issue 45 of Amstrad Action on television, the football special edition. It appeared on BBC One at precisely 5:17 p.m. on the 19th of February. Just thought I'd tell you this because in Futures Mag, New Computer Express, very good it is too, hint hint, they give away fivers for spotting things like that on TV. Philip Tricklesbank, Chester. Well done, Philip, for being so observant. It's not often you hear from someone so on the ball, so obviously intelligent and alert, and clearly a man to be reckoned with. That's instead of a fiver, Philip. This issue of Amstrad Action has been on the telly. Gosh, fame at last. We're selling autographed copies at $29.95, by the way. They still have Iron Lord somehow. Am scene. 2 for the price of 1. US Gold to put CPC and Spicky games on the same cassette. Veteran games publisher US Gold is taking the bold step of releasing all its future full-price Spectrum and Amstrad games on a dual-format cassette. Starting with the forthcoming Mercs, buyers will get the Spectrum version of the game on one side of the cassette and the Amstrad version on the other. This will clearly delight Spectrum or Amstrad owners whose friends have the other machine. Effectively, they'll be getting 2 games for the price of 1. Needless to say, this isn't the idea as far as US Gold is concerned. The Birmingham company is instead aiming to cut distribution costs and make its products more appealing to dealers with limited display areas and storage facilities. Ugly rumours. This news comes when rumours are circulating in the trade press that retailing giant WH Smith is considering dropping full-priced Amstrad and Spectrum games. A Smith spokesperson, however, told AA that this wasn't the case. Due to declining sales, WH Smith will be reducing the range in a number of stores, but will continue to stock the Spectrum and Amstrad software. The bit about depressing sales is bad news for Amstrad fans, but at least the format is still being supported properly in the high street. With 8-bit sales on the decline generally, US Gold's dual format marketing strategy should prove highly attractive to retailers. Swap your CPC 464 for a 6128. Mail order supplier Wave is offering what has to be just about the ultimate 464 upgrade. For £110 plus P&P, Wave will take your 464 and convert it into a machine completely indistinguishable from a 6128. Actually, the machine Wave returns will be a 6128. The company has got a hold of a batch of Spanish 6128s, where the only difference between these and UK versions are a few keyboard characters, which it will swap for 464s for the sum quoted. Bargain Drive Pack. Peripheral supplier Siren Software has come up with an all-in external disk drive package at a bargain price. Called the Complete Disk Drive Solution, the pack consists of a plug-in external 3.5-inch disk drive, ROM-DOS to allow users to format to a full 800K, a ROM box and a set of disk utilities. The utilities include a RAM disk, sector editor, fast formatter and more. Siren's normal price for this kit would be £160. Now, however, the whole kit is on offer for $99.99 plus £5 P&P. Owners of Plus machines should note that although the driver is compatible with their machines, ROM-DOS is not. Oh no. Micro-style problems. A number of our readers have reported difficulties in getting hold of goods and even contacting peripherals supplier Microstyle. Microstyle's boss, Phil Craven, has now been in touch with us to say that there have been delays due to high demand, that the company is in the process of moving premises, and that things are now being sorted out. More news when we have it. Skull PD branches out. Skull PD has moved premises again. The company is back at its old address. There's also plenty of news from this rapidly expanding public domain library. Alan Scully now has a total of 120 discs full of public domain software. He has also started a regular fanzine called CPC Domain. It's due to come out every month and has 40 pages filled with articles, news and reviews, as well as a full list of the library's software. Each issue will sell for £1.25 and special offers are available for subscribers. In a follow-up to the public domain DTP program, PageMaker Plus has been produced. PageMaker Deluxe, however, is not public domain, but at just £5, including disc, postage and packaging, £3.50 if you supply the disc, it's not going to cost a lot more. PageMaker Deluxe can import any Mode 0 or Mode 1 graphics, offers micro justification between two adjustable margins, handles multiple fonts, 20 are provided as standard, and much more. And subscribers to the CPC domain get a copy free. Log on to the doc. Comms fan will be pleased to learn that there's a new bulletin board on the scene. Called the doc, the BB is actually run on a CPC, a 6128, and has file areas covering both CPC and PCW machines. For the technically minded, the dock is run using ROS software on a 6128 and a second drive using 800K floppies. A 256K silicon disk takes care of messages, and the modem itself is an Amstrad SM2400. Sysop Terry Yule says the bulletin board is online between 10 PM and 8 AM daily. We've got the charts already. This chart is compiled by Gallup Limited. Full price. The Dizzy Collection, Codemasters. All the Dizzy games in one compilation. Great value and great fun. Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, Mirrorsoft. Those pizza-eating freaks are still up there. When will we see an Attack of the Killer Tomatoes game? Big Box, Bo Jolly. Another compilation? No one's running new games anymore. Back to the Future 3, Mirrorsoft. Marty McFly Goes West in the third film tie-in. That's not bad either. Power Up, Ocean. Another compilation full of past coin-op hits. Narc, Ocean. Fight the drug war single-handed or with a pal. Not a brilliant arcade license. Super Monaco Grand Prix, US Gold. Vroom Vroom, ambitious racing game that works fairly well once you get used to it. Gremlins 2, Elite. We're still waiting for Elite to send our review copy. Maybe that says it all. Switchblade, Gremlin Graphics. Punch and kick your way around Gremlin's Underground Exploration Classic. Multiplayer Soccer Manager, D&H Games. Text-only football sim. Alright if you like that sort of thing. Gaza 2, Empire. A console classic makes it onto tape and disc. Hollywood Collection, Ocean. Batman, Ghostbusters, Robocop and Indiana Jones. 4 great games. Fists of Fury 2, Virgin. Furious fighting fun with this fantastic fighting foursome. Kickoff 2, Anko. Excellent footy sim with the playability of Kickoff 1 and graphics too. North and South, Infogrames. General Lee and Co. battle it out on the American Civil War sim. County Cricket, D&H Games. Cricket Management Sim. Sounds interesting. Total Recall, Ocean. You saw the demo in AA67's Action Pack, and the game is excellent. Robocop, Ocean. Still selling strong despite being available on the Hollywood Collection compilation. Platinum, US Gold. Patchy compilation with a couple of classics and a lot of dross. Golden Axe Virgin. Competent scrolling Megadeth Blast. Colourful graphics but chunky. The budgets: Magic Clan Dizzy, Codemasters. Dragon Ninja, Hit Squad. Dizzy Panic, Codemasters. Double Dragon, Mastertronic. Quattro Races, Codemasters. Cave Mania, Atlantis, that's still going up there. Scooby and Scrappy Doo, High Tech. Multi-Mix 3 something Golf. Multi-Mix 1 Golf? I don't know. Kicks. Quattro Firepower, Codemasters, Kickoff, and Co. What's happening? Dizzy is dominating the charts this month, being number one in both the budget and full price listings, as well as making an appearance with Dizzy Panic. Just goes to show that anything will sell if you put the right name on it. Just one new entry in the top 10, and only a few more in the rest of the chart. But apart from the first 3 selling games, there's plenty of place swapping going on. Compilations are always popular this time of the year. This month is no exception, with 6 of the things in the top 20. On the grapevine, compilation crazy. Summer's coming and it's traditionally a quiet time for the software houses. Ubisoft wants to change all that with a couple of value-packed compilations to keep you at your keyboard instead of wasting your time outside in the sun. Each compilation has 6 games, most of which are absolute stunners. Check out these statistics. The Ultimate Collection features Skate Wars 80% at issue 61, Ubisoft's futuristic skate sim. Zombie 69% issue 16, Undead arcade adventure from Ubisoft. Pro Tennis Tour 72% AA63, 2-player tennis from Ubisoft. Stunt Car Racer 96% issue 59, Thrills and Spills with Microprose's brilliant racing game. AMC 83% issue 53, Scrolling Shoot 'em Up from Dynamic. After the War 81% issue 52, Scrolling Shoot 'em Up from Dynamic. The sexy 6 appeal includes Rick Dangerous 83% issue 48, excellent arcade adventure for Microprose. Page P47, Thunderbolt 89% issue 54, Bam Blam Wham, Airborne Antics from Microprose. Twin World 82% issue 62, cutesy Ubisoft game that's worlds apart. Pick and Pile 79% issue 66, frantic quick thinking action from Ubisoft. Puffy Saga 85% AA56, Ubisoft's cute gauntlet style game. And Satan 83% issue 61, scrolling shoot 'em up from Dynamic. Mercs. The former American president's been taken hostage while on a peace tour. No, that's not a good thing. He may be a dribbling buffoon, but he is to be rescued all the same. And guess who's up for the job? Yep, you, as a highly trained mercenary. You have to penetrate the enemy base and rescue your country's ex-leader. The demo we've seen is crude, but it's looking good. More news when we have it. The president is missing, and Merck's the chap charged with the job of getting him back. Now, where has he wandered off to? Final Fight. The arcade game Final Fight features stunning graphics and super huge sprites. US Gold has got the sprites right anyway. All we need to wait for now is the game. Punching people's heads in is hardly proper behaviour for the city's mayor, but that's exactly what you, is doing in Final Fight from US Gold. There's a perfectly good reason for the rather unmayor-like conduct. His daughter has been kidnapped by the brutal Mad Gear gang, and they don't have any truck with court subpoenas and parking tickets. It looks like violence is the only way. Luckily, the mayor was once a streetwise fighter and has a couple of equally tough chums to help him take on the gang. All we've seen so far are the sprites, but US Gold is so proud of them it sent us some screenshots, and they're jolly impressive. The arcade machine features massive sprites, and these have been duplicated faithfully in the computer version. We also have some arcade shots just to give you an idea of what the real thing's going to be like when it's finished. Yeah, I'll be exactly like this. Euro Football Champ Footy fans who like an arcade challenge will no doubt be delighted to hear that Domark is to bring out Euro Football Champ. The game is based on Taito's high-speed soccer coin-op. But you can hardly wait. Well, you'll have to. Domark isn't planning to release the game until the middle of next year, so that it coincides with the European Football Championships in the summer of '92. In the meantime, you could get a placky ball from the garage and kick it around the car park. Alien Storm. US Gold has certainly been busy with coin-op conversions are concerned. A storm of aliens is headed our way in Alien Storm, the conversion of the Sega arcade machine. Yucky poo, hordes of revolting slime balls make their way towards you in a sea of alien gunk. Well, they're showing arcade screenshots again. Details are scant at the moment, but all we have is the arcade screenshots. But they look damn fine. Let's hope the Amstrad version is too. Iron Lord. Remember Iron Lord, the Ubisoft game that we raved about back in issue 61? We liked it so much that we awarded it Master Game with 92%. The only trouble was that the text was entirely in French and could only be deciphered with an English to French dictionary and the AA team's pooled translatory talents. Ubisoft was due to translate the game for the UK market, which sadly never happened. Until now, mail order specialist Turbosoft has struck up a deal with the French publisher Turbosoft, and Turbosoft is translating the game into English and has the exclusive rights to marketing the game in this country. So initially, at least, the game will only be available via mail order from the company. I'm not sure if that even happened or not. We saw it advertised earlier as well, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's no English versions have ever been dumped. Win some loot. Those generous thoughts at US Gold have given us 10 goodie bags to give away, for no other reason than they're all-round good guys and gals. The goodie bags contain a mystery selection of games, posters, badges, t-shirts, etc. We're not exactly sure what they contain, just like Christmas, eh? So, what do you have to do to get your grubby paws on this sackload of scrumptious stuff? Simple, just answer the following gold-related games. First the rules, no multiple entries, and get them in by July 31st. Abide by them, and you'll be getting a gold brick through your window. Number 1. What is the best medal awarded in the Olympic Games? A. Bronze. B. Silver. C. Gold. 2. What colour was the fleece stolen by Jason and the Argonauts? A. Mauve. B. Red and green paisley. C. Gold. 3. What is Matthew Kelly's daytime TV show going for? A. A small family car. B. A checkbook and pen. C. Gold. Entries on a postcard to good as gold. Yeah, really hard questions. Receive one of these you subscribe to. Oh, you suppose goes when you subscribe. Okay, I gotcha. Rick Dangerous 2. Please renew my subscription to Amstrad Action at the all-inclusive price of tickets appropriate. UK £26.40, Europe and Ireland £46.40, rest of world £71.40. My choice of free software is Rick Dangerous 2, Shadow of the Beast, OCP Art Studio, Switchblade. The ST is just the beginning. The Atari ST is the perfect introduction into the world of computing. The power of the ST allows you to run serious applications as well as playing games. The ST system is flexible enough to allow you to expand as you develop your interests and expertise in different applications. Playing Turrican. Please send me more details about the Atari ST and other products. The Atari 520 ST, the Mega STE, the Atari Stacy, the Atari TT. Let's make it look more like a PC, I guess. More than just great games. Dick Tracy Vinny. Teenage Mutant Hero 2 is so important, it's got to capitalise it all. Type-ins. Well, still shuffling sections around, huh? Type-ins now, huh? All the programs on the following pages are ones you can type in yourselves. If you reckon you're a bit of a whiz at programming, why don't you send us your own? Just keep them short, that's all. We aren't likely to use anything longer than 6K. And we pay the same for all type-ins, so you won't get any extra cash. Send your programs to type-ins. Battleships. This program was sent all the way from Australia and is a version of the old classic Battleships. It comes from Jason Hood from North Rockhampton, way down under. For those of you who aren't familiar with the game, here's a brief rundown. The computer displays two 10 by 10 grids. The larger is yours. You are asked to place 4 ships on the grid and putting the X and Y coordinates in reference to the grid. Once your ships are placed, you and the computer race to destroy each other's armory. You do this by guessing where the computer has placed its invisible ships. When you find the ship, the guesswork ends. You now have to sink it by hitting each section. It's a lot more difficult than it sounds. The computer is fairly good at figuring out where your ships are and takes some beating. This program gives good scope for real strategic thinking and will keep you engrossed for hours. Take cover, there's no need for pen and paper or even a friend in this computerized version of the classic game. E-Type. A neat utility, this from Mr. P.F. Drury House in Clwyd. Put simply, it enhances the quality of near-letter quality output on 9-pin printers. This will prove a real boon for those special letters thanking Granny for the brand new disk drive or grovelling to the bank manager. Print out posh letters with E-Type. The program is nicely presented and easy to use. Just type in the file name and away you go. To use E-Type, when the program is run, it catalogues the disk and requests the file name of the program you wish to print. Note that the file must be ASCII. The program works by printing the text 4 times, making tiny adjustments of each pass of the print head to produce crisp, solid-looking letters. Though the program is designed to work with a disk drive, tape users should be able to make it work by deleting the cat command in line 80. Ultraform. Fed up running out of disk space all the time? Well, then you take a look at this. Ultraform is a fantastic little utility from Rob Scott of Leatherhead. It formats disks, but instead of the usual 178K of storage space, it gives you a massive 203K to play with. The program works by increasing the number of sectors from 9 to 10 sectors. Bomber. Bomber from S. Dolphin up in Bunny, Scotland is the oldest, gnarliest game ever to hit a computer. This dinosaur surfaced first on the ZX81 and has appeared on every computer since. With good reason too, it's simple and fun. You fly your ever-descending aircraft over a city using the spacebar to bomb skyscrapers as you go. If you're fast, then you'll land safely. If not, then you could have a close encounter with a skyscraper. Yep, I absolutely played this on a ZX81, as well as this version too. Forum. Got any technical queries? Are you stumped by your computer? AA's very own technical wizard Adam Waring will attempt to sort it out for you. Or maybe you want to pass on some tips you discovered for the rest of us. Send us a good one, and you could be in line for a £25 mail order voucher. Right, we got a joystick. Can you use a joystick to control basic programs? Yes, you can, and here's how you go about it. Where on earth? I'm writing on behalf of my friend Paul Todd. He's thinking of buying an Amstrad CPC 6128. Are they still being made? If so, how much are they and where could we get one? Peter Donaldson Hartlepool. The CPC range has been superseded by the Plus range. For all intents and purposes, the 6128 Plus can do everything that the 6128 can do with the exception of loading tape software due to the lack of a cassette port. In addition, the Plus has the ability to load cassette cartridge games with all the enhanced features it has to offer. No one's figured out yet how to just access the extra hardware normally. Ask Alex. Hi, I've given Rod a good ear bashing this month for only giving me a measly 1 page to answer all your letters in. That's why I can't bring you another installment of my basic tutorial this month. Oh well. You can't have everything, I suppose. Right. On with this month's post bag. The response is still overwhelming, so if you're written and you're still waiting for a reply, be patient. I'll get there in the end. In the end. Action test. Oh, it's time finally. Alright, with Pang. Pang will drive you around the bend. The excellent coin-up conversion from Ocean bounces onto the console. Shadow Dancer. Take on teeming truckloads of terrorists with your canine pal by your side. And US Gold's conversion of a coin-up classic. Gaza 2 Empire. Fast, furious fun on the console. What's it like on tape? Damned fine is the answer. European Super League. CDS. A management sim with graphics? Can't be bad. Budget Bonanza. Budget Bonanza. Loads of cheapies for the hard up and the downright stingy. Right. First thing I got is The Winning Team by Domark. $14.99 cassette, $19.99 disc. Winning Team is a compilation of 10-gen coin-op conversions. The selection is fairly varied, but how did the games rate? Each of the titles was a classic in the arcades. 10-gen and Atari have been famous for high-quality coin-ops. So 5 games for 20 quid isn't a bargain it seems. Clacks. The weird Atari puzzle game hit the Amstrad a while back and to a rave review. The object of the game can be likened to a kind of sophisticated Connect 4. The player controls a paddle which can be moved left to right at the bottom of the conveyor belt. Down this conveyor belt tumble a multicoloured assortment of bricks. Using the paddle to catch the bricks, you must drop them in a container, trying to form lines of the same colour. You can fit the bricks together in several ways, but you must have 3 or more in a row. The grid of bricks are dropped into a 5x5 bin. This gives you quite a lot of space to play with. You can quite easily make horizontal and vertical lines of a single colour, but each screen has a different requirement for completion. Some levels ask for a certain number of points to be scored, while others may ask for several diagonals. Things get fast and furious very quickly, and the game combines strategic thinking and quick reflexes in an utterly, wickedly addictive arcade conversion. The presentation is very nice, with colourful and bizarre graphics. Sound is a bit iffy, but this game is the kind of lasting challenge that puzzle fans cannot afford to be without. A real classic and probably the best game on the compilation. Vindicator. You're missing a letter. It's Vindicators. Don't confuse it with The Vindicator now, do we? Ever fancied driving around in a dirty great tank? Ever fancy blowing away hundreds of other tanks? Yes? Well then, Vindicators is the game for you. You control a futuristic armoured vehicle driving around a scrolling, often maze-like screen. The object is to reach the exit to the next level without running out of fuel. At various points on each level you will find extra fuel and credit stars. The latter can be used in the end-of-level shops to purchase extra weapons and goodies. It really is a very simple concept. There are lots of baddies to kill, lots of weapons to buy, and lots of fun to be had. In later levels, the mazes become torturous. The enemy becomes more numerous and more dangerous. All in all, good blasting action with lush graphics and decent sounds. Oh no, but as Bart Simpson would say, whoa, mama, you're in deep, deep trouble. Surrounded by nasties, it looks bad. Cyberball. Cyberball is quite simply American football with a twist. Set in the future, the story is some weirdness about robots playing instead of humans. The ball is too is very different. If you hold it too long, the darn thing will blow up. Players too, if injured, may explode. It all sounds very dangerous, but what it boils down to is a standard vertically scrolling American football pitch with all the usual features. These include the ability to choose strategies and plays. This is the tricky part, finding out which moves suit which teams. The player controls whichever droid is highlighted, passing or running as the situation requires. The exploding ball adds a great deal of urgency to the proceedings and really moves things along. The graphics are fine and the sound suits. The game is nothing spectacular, but it's possibly the best rendition of American football on the Amstrad. Escape from the Planet of the Robot Monsters. A hugely underrated game, Escape has a plot straight out of a Hollywood B-movie. Ignore the bizarre plot though and enjoy instead a fast, challenging isometric 3D arcade adventure. The basic object of the game is to rush around the huge number of screens, rescuing hostages and powering up your weapons. Find the teleport to the next level and continue the mission to rescue a kidnapped professor. The graphics are gorgeous, really colourful and full of character. Just watch what happens when you accidentally waste a hostage. The game is huge and enormous fun to play. The puzzle aspect complements the basic blasting perfectly, and Escape is a real winner. APB. You drive a small blue police car along a multi-directional scrolling road. Various types of criminals can be found along these roads. For the most part, you will find yourself arresting fairly harmless suspects, such as litterbugs and hitchhikers. You arrest them by pointing the cursor, which floats immediately in front of your car, and hitting the siren. Once the cursor is over the arrest subject, the crim is magically transported to the clink. Every now and then you will encounter a proper villain. These chaps don't pull over when you ask them politely, so you have to ram them off the road. You play against a strict time limit, but you can increase this by scoffing donuts along the way. Add-ons can be purchased at a garage, including a gun to make those arrests a little simpler. During the bonus stage, you have to make the suspects confess using a very suspicious method. You shake the joystick rapidly from side to side, shaking the suspects vigorously. Do it fast enough and he'll fess up no problem. Neat graphics and quite good fun, but possibly lacking in variety. Second Opinion, yet another compilation full of last year's games. None of the games are bad, one or two being well worthwhile. If you missed them first time round, then it may be worth boosting your collection. Clax, 89%. Vindicators, 81%. Cyberball, 80%. Escape from the Planet of the Robot Monsters, 87%. APB, 76%. Verdict, 85%. Some good, some brilliant. Winning team represents fine value for money. We've played them all, so we don't have to play them again. So now we're getting to Shadow Dancer. Whoosh! One man and his dog leap into action. The lone gunman is about to meet his maker. Woof woof. Your trusty hound attacks one of the enemy, tearing flesh and chewing bone. Well, one plays Shogun should end the struggle. This dude lobs incendiary devices at you. You should use a dog to distract him. Careful though, it doesn't always work. When the last rays of sunlight ebb, a lone figure moves deftly through the darkened streets. Almost indistinguishable from the shadows, he stalks his prey with stealth and merciless intent. He raises a black-gloved hand and summons his companion with the subtlest of gestures. A soft padding follows as his dog bounds to his side. The most faithful of companions, the most dangerous of animals, a huge dog, well-trained and as silent as its master. Ninja, fearsome warrior spy from Japan's violent feudal past. Why here? Why in the 20th century America? The most dangerous of missions requires the most dangerous assassin. Joe Musashi is that man, capable of extraordinary feats of agility and combat prowess. He can also summon the ancient secrets of ninjutsu, ninja magic. His mission is to wreck the plans of evil saboteurs. Their twisted scheme involves the destruction of a NASA space shuttle. So how does he do it? In an ancient ceremony, he dons his white costume. The time for stealth is over. Only brutal force will win the day this time. Shadow Dancer is a sequel of sorts to the 80s arcade smash hit Shinobi. The original Shinobi involved a lot of platform jumping, shuriken throwing, and ninja magic, performing stunts. So, how different is the sequel? Well, it's not very different at all, really. In fact, the only real difference gameplay-wise is the addition of your trusty ninja dog. Butch, actually, Butch is a bit of a poor name for a ninja dog. How about Fido? Yep, Fido the ninja dog. With Fido and his master are guided through vertically and horizontally scrolling screens, quite uncannily in fact, like those found in Shinobi. You can throw an unlimited number of shuriken, that's throwing stars to you, matey. Your ninja dude can also perform average to incredibly high jumps. The super jumps access higher platforms on the screen. Little jumps are used to avoid enemy projectiles or small-scale obstacles. Your incredible array of skills also includes the ability to unleash a blast of smart bomb-esque ninja magic. But what about the dog? Why is he there? To kill baddies, that's why. Well, he doesn't actually kill them, he just keeps them occupied while you get into a good position to drop them with a well-placed shuriken. The dog is activated by pulling down and pressing fire. It can be useful for dispatching bad guys who lie in wait in a place where you'd have to risk life and limb to reach them. The second end-level baddie is fairly hard. Well, it's actually a train, and as trains go, it's a hard train. It spits fires and rolls over clumsy ninjas. One of the nice features of the game is the variety of end-of-level baddies you encounter. The first is a huge samurai with a bad attitude, but later denizens include ninja girlies and even a homicidal train. After defeating the baddies, you go on a rather interesting bonus round. This sees you at the foot of the screen, hurling shuriken at the enemy ninjas who leap from the top of a skyscraper. If you kill them all without letting a single one pass, you receive a free bonus life. This is a lot harder than it sounds. So how does Shadow Dancer rate? Well, the first thing you'll notice is the graphics. They're programmed in 16 colour mode, and very impressive they are too. The sprites are sharp and detailed, the background's colourful and well defined. The animation, while smooth, isn't particularly realistic. The dog, when he attacks, looks like, well, let's just say he doesn't look like he's attacking, more as if he's developed a strong affection for your leg. Just like Auntie Mabel's Randy Labrador. The scrolling is very impressive, especially for the very colourful mode 0. The screen scrolls in 4 directions and covers, depending on the level, a very large area. The music on the title screen is very nice, a thumping oriental track. The in-game spot effects are a little weak though. Luckily, this doesn't spoil the action at all. Shadow Dancer is one of the biggest, most playable arcade licenses to date, and US Gold deserves a big pat on the back for this one. First day target score. Beat the first level Guardian. Baddies close in from every angle, no magic left, and your dog is ignoring you. You could be in deeper water than you think. Second opinion. US Gold have done a terrific job of converting the arcade original onto the Amstrad. The graphics especially are great. A great conversion of a great beat-em-up. Yes, Shadow Dancer is a beat-em-up. How to be a proper ninja and not a soft girly one. Proper ninja warriors are rock hard. They don't cry when they stub their toes, and they don't shout for their mummy when it's dark. They don't wear frocks or makeup, and they don't look like stupid girly pop stars like Danny Minogue or the new kids on the block. Proper ninjas like fighting tigers with their bare hands and eating nails and screws. Scaling walls is the simplest of tasks for these guys. A really hard ninja could climb the Empire State Building using 2 fingernails and a bit of hairy string. Girly ninjas defend just causes like kidnapped princesses and colorblind orphans. If you want to be a proper hard ninja, you can bloomin' well forget all that. Dangerous international millionaire playboy ninja like what we are here at AA Towers only do it, ninja stuff, for money or scampy fries. The ninja in Shadow Dancer wears a white costume. Well, that's just stupid. Everyone would see him coming a mile off and phone the police or something. Hard ninjas blokes wear big flares and rave t-shirts. This confuses the enemy and allows you to hide a tank and a helicopter in your pants. So there you have it, the complete guide to being a proper ninja. Oh, and there's some stuff about martial arts as well. And the verdict. Graphics, 89%. Beautiful sprites and wonderful backgrounds really make this one stand out from the crowd. Sonic, 69%. Excellent title music marred slightly by the poor in-game spot effects. Grab factor, 90%. Bring the addictive right from the start. It's hard to put down. Staying power 88%. Huge, difficult and challenging. Even when you do complete it, you'll go back for more. Rating 90%. A brilliant conversion of a lush coin-op with the most distinctive graphical style around. Shadow Dancer lets off a whopping great burst of ninja magic. It takes out everything within the blast zone. Standing above a lava flow of your trusty dog, if you jump, he will follow, but sometimes he does get a bit lost. Now we get to start it up. Here we go. Shadow Dancer, copyright 1989-91, Sega Enterprises Limited, developed by US Gold Images Software. Start. There we go. Oh, I need to find the keys, obviously, and I forgot. Go get him. Go get him. Oh, good job, dog. Do it again. Here we go. Jump up. Thank you. Any more this way? Just in case I forgot something. Oh, I wasn't watching. Oh, do it again. Get him, dog. Get him. Go get him. Come on, go get him. Oh god. And dead. You die after you jump. For reasons. Oh god. Well, last life already. That didn't take long. This is harder than the arcade version. Go get him. Get him. Get him. Go, dog. Go get him. What are you doing, dog? Let's do the magic. Here we go. Oh, God. No, not continuing. I'm first stage, jeez. Try that again. Oh, cool. Where do these guys come from? And get him this time? Oh, God. Oh, there's more of them. Okay, sure, that works fine. Go to the next section. Jump down. Oh, God, there's another guy. Ah, we got through one stage. Okay, okay, you just shoot him. Get him. Turn around, you idiot. Okay. Sure, that works. Yep, hey, we got a flashing arrow for us. Huh? 2 stages. First boss time. Oh, God. Oh, good. Good hitbox. Here's the magic. Oh yeah, that's a high one as well, huh? Explodes! Sorta. Shoot all ninjas for bonus player! Oh no. Okay. No bonus life. Ooh. Oh god, I didn't see that bullet. Oh god, I did it again. Oh god, I fumbled the jump. Have I missed one? Have I missed a thing? Oh, never mind. Continue? Sure. Oh, great. Is there a thing up here? Yes, there is. How are you supposed to even see that, though? How are you supposed to know what plane they're on? Damn it. Can't let them get too close to you. Oh god, I was expecting him to go all over me. God, really? I've no idea how many credits you get. Oh, oh god. Oh god. He comes from behind. I guess best to avoid it or something. This is fun. Oh, finally. Finally. Okay. Can't avoid that. Oh god, I didn't even notice. Oh god. I didn't even see that second bullet. Okay, you can get down there fast enough. When you Let's go. Let's go. How's that not hitting him? Here we go. I'm missing one. Not on here now. Oh, no. Okay. Oh God, where's another one? Can we not jump up here? Oh, yes we can. There's... So I don't know why it calls them globes. Yeah, boss. Oh. Continue. Sure. I don't know how many continues we get. If it's infinite or not. Two hits, huh? Oh. I was supposed to get in that gap. Oh, I have no magic. Shoot all ninjas for bonus player. Oh, got him. 1 bonus life. Woo. Oh, he got me. Oh, really? Oh, got me. Damn it. Yeah. I think I'll leave it there for now. I've got halfway through the game. Anyway, we'll move on. We've got time to. Alright, next game is Pang by Ocean, $24.99 cartridge. Oh no, it's the attack of the killer balloons. Get this, the Earth is being attacked by large bouncy balls. The only thing standing between civilization and domination by hordes of quivering gas bags, no, not the SDP, is you. Pang is a conversion of the smash hit arcade game. Fans of the arcade are going to love the Amstrad console version to death. The screen layouts, puzzles, and playability are identical. This conversion is beautifully faithful to the original. There isn't really a plot to Pang as such. All you really need to know is that any second you're going to be attacked by 1, 2, or 3 or more giant balloons. If you get hit by one, you'll lose a life, but you do have a defense. You can fire a harpoon at these gaseous invaders, which splits them into 2. Okay, so now you've got twice as many balloons to dodge, but that's life. Hit those new, smaller balloons and if you harpoon them, they each break into 2 more. Only the tiniest sub-balloons can be blasted into oblivion. Inside each giant balloon, there can be as many as 8 tiny balloons trying to get out. If you want to stay alive, you should tackle the gas bags carefully, keeping the number on the screen to a minimum. Don't take too long over it though, because you have a time limit for each level. And there are plenty of levels to get through. You start off with a map of the world and the option of starting your quest at any one of several famous locations. Wherever you choose to start, there are 3 screens to get through before you fly, not in a balloon though, to the next location. The screens start off easy enough, but that soon changes. Blocks start appearing on screens, making it difficult to judge how the balloons will bounce. Some of the blocks can be shot away too, and usually unintentionally, further adding to the chaos. You soon realise that Pang isn't just a test of reflexes and strategy, but a tough little puzzle game too. For example, there is one screen where, as well as simply staying alive, you have to stop more than a couple of the smallest balls dropping into a small enclosed section accessed by a ladder. With more than 2 in there, you simply can't find a gap in there and wipe them out. Life is certainly tough as a professional balloon bagger. But you do have some help. If a crab appears from nowhere and goes scuttling across the screen, snapping its claws, don't worry. His claws are good at bursting balloons. If you walk into him, you'll kill him, so leave him to it. You'll also encounter a large whelk now and again. He's not so good. Walk into him and you lose the ability to fire your harpoon for precious seconds. If you walk into the crab, he turns into a whelk, by the way. What? Since when? You can also collect weapons falling from punctured balloons. Your standard firearm is a harpoon, which looks like a giant corkscrew in use, but you can upgrade to a double harpoon. Power harpoon stays on screen for several seconds. Vulcan missile doesn't destroy blocks. Dynamite blows all the balloons into their smallest size. Clock stops the balloons for a few moments. And hourglass slows the balloons. Eek, you're in Moscow and having to tackle a load of troublesome blocks, as well as those pneumatic nasties. Everyone in the AA office hates this one. 2 giant balloons and 1 large one. You need fast reflexes, perfect judgment, a cool head and a lot of luck. And 600 lives instead of 6 would be good. The thing is, these power-ups don't always give you what you want. For example, if you're right at the start of a tricky screen with loads of giant balloons, you don't really want to go blowing them up into thousands, well, it seems like it, of little ones by picking up the dynamite. To avoid picking up weapons you don't want, you have to not walk into them. That's right, there's no jumping in this game, though there are ladders and platforms, so avoiding weapons you don't want can restrict your movements severely. Fortunately, if you don't pick them up, the weapons symbols first of all flash and then disappear from the screen. Possibly the best, or worst, thing about the whole game is the 2-player mode. This is a genuine simultaneous 2-player option, and you and your pal, but for how long, play cooperatively and try to clear the screens of balloons. However, although you've got twice the firepower, 2 brains don't always think as one. Basically, you can forget the strategy, and if just one player dies, the 2 of you have to start the screen all over again. Oh, frustration! Master the art of working as a team, though, and the 2-player mode may help you get further through the game than you ever could on your own. With a total of 17 locations around the world and 3 screens at each, there's a lot of balloon popping to be done before your quest is over. Pang's graphics are quite superb. The intro sequence looks as if it's straight off a 16-bit machine, and although the backgrounds to each location are done in mode 0 and are a bit blocky, the balloons screen detail and sprites have obviously been put together using the enhanced cartridge hardware. 16-bit quality? On the whole, not quite, but it is nearer 16-bit than 8-bit. The sound too is quite superb. The soundtrack is excellent and suits the cute nature of the graphics perfectly. Sound effects are minimal but quite well done. Ocean has now produced some really excellent cartridge product. Pang is simple, addictive, maddening, and more fun than you could possibly be good for you. It's also startlingly well done. Second opinion. Bursting balloons is a strange idea to base a game on, but it works. Ocean has produced a superbly playable bash, making good use of the console's features. First target score, get to Moscow. Verdict. Graphics 90%. The graphics are a bit blocky, but the sprites are superb. Sonic's 95%. Excellent soundtrack and very good in-game effects. Give the game an arcade feel. Grab factor 92%. You soon grasp the gameplay, and it'll surely grasp you. Staying power 90%. Loads of locations, loads of puzzles, loads of difficulty. Rating 93%. Pang is excellent. A superb conversion of a superb arcade game. Huh? Time to play Pang. Can't type. must travel to reach your destination. Shoot the balloons and it will split in half. Shoot it again and it will again split. Shoot the smallest balloon and it will disappear. Get all balloons and you can move on to the next stage. Pick the items for extra special weapons. Have a friend join in for extra firepower. To start, press Fire 1 on Dress 1. Produced by Arts Developments for Ocean Software, written by Stuart Middleton with help. Okay. Pang. Ocean. What are you doing again? Started. Pick a stage to start on. Press fire when ready. We can only go that far. Start at the beginning. Ready. Right. Oh, it's got paying hitboxes, that's for sure. I don't know. Oh no. There. You want that guy? right. Oh no. What did I hesitate for? Did we get any extends? I think we do got points, but. Oh! Oh, Mr. Owl. Huh. Get away from me. Lucky. Oh! The bird got it. Dynamite first, huh? Oh, yeah, what am I supposed to do now? Get out of here. Oh, 1-up! That's not a 1-up. Why is a Shiki not a 1-up? Animation doesn't last long. This is gonna be fun. Oh! Oh, I went fun stop. That's packed. No continues. Yeah, that's Pang. If I play it again, probably get just as far or something. Anyway, we'll move on. Alright, next game is Gaza 2 by Empire. 10.99 cassette, 14.99 disc. Gaza 2 doesn't have much graphic finesse, but it's fast and very, very playable. As usual, the player nearest the ball gets highlighted. He's the one you now control. Dribbling is a doddle and makes for brilliant pitch length charges. The scanner display is excellent. At the beginning of the year, Empire released Gaza 2 on the console. Now tape and disc users have the chance to play the Stunner awarded game. But will these versions stand up without the benefit of the console's enhanced hardware? In fact, the gameplay is identical, uncomplicated by rules such as offsides and fouls. It's a bog standard footy game on the simplest level. The player nearest the ball is under your joystick control, while the other team members run alongside for moral support. You can run along in 8 directions, so everything is very diagonal. This limits the placing of the ball somewhat. This is particularly irksome in kickoffs, corners, and throw-ins. Booting the ball can be done at a variety of strengths. The longer fire is held before releasing, the better you blast it. The system works well when passing the ball between players is accurate and makes the game immensely playable. 1 or 2 can partake in a match. Options allow a variety of control methods, so comfortable 2-player arrangements can be found. The match length may also be varied from 2 to 90 minutes. In a 1-player game, the computer's skill level is selected by the team it plays. Albania is the weakest, Brazil the strongest. The computer plays well, the skill level affecting the speed of its players. It does make mistakes, however, occasionally booting the ball out of play. It is refreshing not to have an infallible opponent. A fault with many a game in the same genre. The scanner at the foot of the game adds hugely to at the foot of the screen adds hugely to the game. This radar-like device shows the relative position of all 22 players and is a huge aid in passing to your teammates. As ever, the best fun is had when there are 2 players. The team strips are well chosen. There's no danger of confusion. There is an annoying bug where the teams swap colours at half time, though. The obvious difference between this and the console version is the look of the game. The sprites, though well drawn, are not as detailed. The pitch looks drab. It did on cartridge too, but scrolls around smoothly and quickly. Gaza 2 can't really be described as a soccer sim. It's only loosely based on a national sport. It's flawed in many respects and has some annoying quirks. Despite these niggles, it's nevertheless a brilliantly playable game. And we don't actually have to play it again because we looked at it when we saw the review for the cartridge version, because the cartridge version is not dumped. Second, let's see. First day target score: Thresh Frank 5-0. Okay. Second opinion, if I can read it. Gaza 2 is a brilliant game in its own right, but not overly sparkling. Something. Well, not strictly speaking, a free footy sim. I can't read the white on yellow is stupid color, and there are far too many niggling bugs. Verdict: graphics 78%. Not bad sprites considering their size, but what a dull pitch. Sonic's 80%. Great soundtrack. Sounds like something from Match of the Day. Grab factor 81%. Couldn't be easier to pick up, but it's a different story putting it down. Staying power 78%. You won't play every day, but great to play every now and again. Rating 77%. A brilliantly playable game that suffers from a few too many quirks. Alright, now we've got the budget bonanza. This month we take you through a selection of some of the latest budget releases, and you know what? It's going to be a regular feature from now on. This month's crop of games contains a plethora of re-releases. That's budgets for you. But there are still a couple of newies out there all the same. So we start with 3D Pinball by Mastertronic, $2.99. Okay then, Pinball Wizards, put on your platform heels and your Tommy soundtrack. The law of the silver ball appears on the Amstrad once again. The clash of steel on steel, the frantic clicking of flippers, and the bells and whistles. You can almost smell the popcorn and the hot dogs. Gameplay. 3D Pinball has little more to offer than any conventional pinball game, and is actually very dodgy on quite a few points. The ball motion is okay for most of the time, but can get a little odd now and then. The flippers are far too far apart, and the ball is lost frequently. If you, the player, entirely blameless. You cannot pull the string back in degrees, you simply press fire and the ball is launched with the same strength every time. Someone knew what pinball games would be like in the future. This detracts heavily from the playability and seems a rather startling oversight. Again, it's just the future, just early. Graphics and sound. The screen is viewed at an angle that makes the table look much the way it would to a 6-year-old child or a pygmy. This viewpoint is supposed to make things much more realistic, but the fact is most players view the table from almost directly above. Still, the scaling of the ball as it gets further away is quite well done. The graphics themselves are adequate, the sound unimpressive, just spot effects throughout. Verdict 67%. Mostly decent, but at times badly flawed pinball game. Now we play it. This is the one. Pinball. Copyright notice. This program is protected under copyright law and may not. Okay. Pinball Power Mastertronic. This is the same game. I even checked a dump of the tape version with the 3D Pinball title. It still loads this loading screen. Mastertronic presents Pinball Power. Text going way too fast to see. Mastertronic presents Pinball Power. Okay. Converted by Bernardin Katek from Active Magic. The other scrolling is too slow. Original by Steve Walters. Press Enter to start. Oh, I think I remember what the keys were when I tested this. Enter. Thank you. No? Yeah. Pinball Power. What are we doing? Yeah, you can see Pinball Power on the screenshot there. So. Okay, the flipper buttons. Oh, there we go. There's one ball. Oh, we went around the damn flipper. Oh. Was it going well? Can't hold the ball at least. Oh, come on. I'm not sure this is realistic. Oh, God. Yep, well, that was fun. Try again. Oh. 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 Ah. Oh. For God's sakes. Oh. Yeah. Well, I mean, it plays better than Advanced Pinball Simulator did, I guess. At least more realistically, somewhat. Sure, one will go. Great. Oh, come on. Oh, really? Ooh, fancy. Sure. Alright, one more go. It's going fast enough. Oh, for God's sakes. Oh, points! Oh, that's 3D pinball. It's pinball. It's in 3D. Plays somewhat okay. Nice that the table was a bit more interesting in design, perhaps. Anyway, we'll move on. It's pinball. Next game is Yes Prime Minister by Mastertronic, $2.99. This is a re-release, but we have not played it before, unfortunately. Well implemented strategy adventure RPG sort of thing, marred by dull plot. A week, they say, is a long time in politics. That week could be extremely fraught if you happen to be Jim Hacker, the Prime Minister in the BBC TV series. This game is based on Jim Hacker's incompetent antics, allowing you through role-playing to be the Prime Minister for a week. Gameplay. The action is a hodgepodge of strategy and icon-driven graphical adventure. You'll be faced with intervals with a varied assortment of challenges. The challenges are all political in nature, most coming in the form of conversations with a selection of parliamentary figures. You are given a multiple choice selection of answers, some of which may look very obviously right, but you may be proved wrong. You tend to stay within the confines of your office, awaiting phone calls and checking your ratings in the polls. When you do move to another location, the graphics vanish and a text-only format ensues. The main problem with play, though, is the subject matter. At times it really can be deathly dull. Strictly for fans only. Graphics and sound. The graphics are nice, especially the digitized photos of the various characters. No sound apart from a couple of blips here and there. Verdict 71%. Huh? Okay. Yes, Prime Minister. Oh, look at them noses! There's the noses. Alright, Monday. Start game, load save position, slow speech off. Keys of space. Fire, Q up, A down, O left, P right. I'm pretty sure joystick works as well. Start. Are you sure? Yes. Oh, we got it left and right here. Insert main disk side B. Press any key. Actually, it doesn't crash if you don't have the disk in ready. Processing day 1. Yeah, digitized photo. Ooh. Oh, hardware scrolling even. You can't move diagonals, which is weird. Don't forget your 9:20 appointment with the Cabinet Secretary. Here we should go. I think it's Sir Humphrey's office, if I remember. Ah, Prime Minister, do come in. I was just about to phone you about your idea of setting up a Ministry of Women's Affairs. Thank. Blow me. It was my idea, wasn't it? Well, of course. 1. Please radical feminists. 2. Annoy your traditional male followers. It depends, Prime Minister. As long as the new ministry doesn't actually do anything for women, you'll probably be alright. And another thing, what sort of women do you want to appeal to? 1. Mothers and housewives. 2. Career women and professionals. 3. Radical feminists. Yeah, radical feminists. Humphrey, you can't pigeonhole women like that. For the sake of convenience, let us accept your stereotypes. I suppose we should appeal to... Oh. Mothers and housewives. Career women and professionals. Good idea. The only problem, Prime Minister, is that of raising gender consciousness, which may defeat the purpose. Well, what does Humphrey mean by that? Giving them ideas above their station? Annoying men. Exactly. Humphrey is a misogynist. What on earth is a misogynist? A member of the Workers' Revolutionary Party? A woman hater? A man hater? Clever, clever. Another point occurs to me, Prime Minister. If you do establish this ministry, will you appoint a man or a woman to be in charge of it? Woman? Why not? But that's sexist, Prime Minister. Pure anti-male discrimination. One more thing. Mightn't the new department encroach on the territory of other departments? 1. The Home Office, for example. 1. Police officers and so on. 2. The Department of Agriculture. Farmers' wives and so on. 3. Department of Employment. Sex discrimination in jobs and so on. Exactly. It'd be quite a bit of creative tension, we shall call it, if you tried to create a new department to do work which is being done already by an old one. On the other hand, a new department would mean 1. Some civil servants losing their jobs. 2. A whole new set of civil servants. Brilliant. Maybe it's not such a bad idea after all. Okay. Let's go back to my office then. No idea what to do now. Yesterday's announcement by the government that it intends to launch a major road safety campaign has been widely welcomed by the Police Federation. Good to know. What else did we touch here? Oh, safe. It's a safe. Current poll rating 51%. Woo! Try all eventualities on the road to success. Okay, now what do we do? expectation of next week's honours list has led to speculation that the government may reward senior police chiefs in an attempt to improve police morale. Is this safe again? Can't use either phone. Oh, here we go. 12:30, lunch at the Carlton with the United Breweries chairman. Ah, okay. A lot of your meetings this week are out of your office. We are still waiting for the central heating repair man. I thought you'd prefer a bit of warmth. Lunch at the Carlton. 12:30. What's in here? PM Reference Manual, Rule 13A. Diplomacy is about surviving until the end of the next century. Politics is about surviving until the end of the week. So how do I get to the Carlton? Oh. The BMA has asked if you have any suggestions for 2 vacancies on the Alcohol Problem Committee. Any ideas? Mr. Woolley is not in. Where you wish to go? Well. Oh. Left phone. Prime Minister, the Home Secretary is on the line. Says it's urgent. Jim, Frank here. Sorry to phone you so soon after that last night's do. Not too queasy, I hope. Anyway, there's bad news, but I don't want to tell you over the phone. It would be best if you came around to my room. We could speak without interruption. Could you come around as soon as possible? Oh, okay, Frank. Sorry to drag you around here. Apparently on the way home from the do last night, our beloved trade secretary was stopped for drunken driving. I'm not sure if the news is out yet. This is urgent. We need to act fast. As far as I can see, we can. 1. Promote the constable to the rank of sergeant as part of a cover-up. Ask for Jerry's resignation to show you don't allow personal loyalty to override principle. I guess. Right Honourable Jim approach. The no-nonsense premier might work, I suppose. Do you want to link it to the road safety campaign? Yes. Okay, let's explore possibilities. What do you make of this campaign anyway? Good for our reputation, good for vote catching. Say over here somewhere perhaps. Well, votes and praise, surely the other way around, Jim. Oh yeah, it is the other way around. Oops. We move from Right Honourable F. White MP to Right Honourable Lord Belgravia, Party Chairman. Long chat with the PM today about Trade Secretary road safety and related embarrassments. We agreed that road safety here was no big priority. I then asked if it was worth sacking the former to strengthen the latter. 1, no. 2, yes. 3, no, but it might be worth getting rid of him anyway. Do that. quite correctly, he decided that the road safety campaign and the TS's future are politically separate issues. So Paul Gerald has to go, but not as part of your contribution to the road safety year. On what grounds then? He's a dangerous rival who should be eased out. To show our support for the police in their difficult and sometimes painful duty. Yeah. Painful duty, Jim. You ever seen a traffic warden look miserable giving a ticket? Same principle. Why are they made to wear uniform? 1, to look neat. 2, to be easily identifiable. 3, to make them feel that the only way they can distinguish themselves from their colleagues is by arresting people. I'm sure that's not the main reason, Jim. Anyway, let's think politically. How many votes are there in a pro-police policy? More than you think, less than you think. None that makes any difference either way. More than you'd think. Well, it all depends on who's breaking the law, doesn't it? I mean, muggers and molesters are fair game. Plenty of votes there. Too many, in fact. Most people want to string them up. So you have to make hang 'em high noises during elections, even if you don't believe a word of it. So is support for the police guaranteed? Sure. Really? Among people a few days late with road tax, or doing 35 and a 30-mile limit, or with a black and white license for a colour TV. No votes there at all. People like to be protected from the police as well as by them. So how do you get the votes of that freakish creature, the ordinary citizen? By changing your tune about them. Yes, it's easy when you know how. Cut out the talk about supporting the police and throw in some stuff about law and order. They're quite different, you know. Law and order. It's good because it happens to people we don't like. Supporting the police is bad because it might rebound on us. So, what are we to make of the legendary lady of British politics, Miss Laura Norder's vote? Who? No joke, Jim. Law and order. What are the consequences of chasing after Laura Norder's vote? In a nutshell, Jim, when you vote for yourself, you simply confirm the existing voting intentions of your own supporters. And if you do chase after Laura, what then? You actually get to keep your promises once elected. Give the opposition a stick to beat you with. Just let me turn up my hearing aid, Jim. I feel for a moment you see the politicians have to keep their promises once elected. Gave me a bit of a shock. The plain fact is, some votes are more trouble than they're worth, and this is one of them. Memo from Right Honourable F. White MP to Right Honourable Lord Belgravia, Party Chairman. By the stage, the chat was becoming circular, and we still hadn't solved the problem of an over-the-top constable and an over-the-limit cabinet minister. Agreed so far that jury must go. That resignation should not be linked to the road safety year, and that little capital was to be made out of support for the police. So I asked on what grounds should he go? So it is notorious boozer, not up to the job. We show our allies that trade policy is taken seriously. Notorious boozer. Yes, the Trade Department can have that effect. Shall we apply the headline test to this one? How would the papers react? 1. Jerry canned. 2. Hacker sacked slacker. 3. PM calls last orders. 4. Another cabinet leak. Here you go, Jerry canned. We should be so lucky. Making a joke of it is the best we can hope for, as long as the joke is on Jerry, not us. So, is there any way you can sack Jerry without running the risk of making yourself look the foolish commander of incompetent troops? Sure there is. I give up. You've led yourself up a blind alley on this one, Jim. Have a nice lunch with the chairman of the United Breweries. Sorry, I must be off now. So, main disc, side B. We're on side B, aren't we? Yeah. Processing PM.1. The AA has strongly questioned the government's commitment to road safety. Yeah. No specific reasons were given. Where are we now? Oh no, 42%. Humphrey, Prime Minister, I've just had the Archbishop of Canterbury on the line. Best place for the old wet. Might dry him out a bit. And he says that some bishops will be voting against the government's obscene and immoral defence expenditure in the Lords tomorrow. He hinted, though, that a couple of £1 million to the inner city church repair fund might cause a few abstentions. Interesting. So will we. 1. Make a donation. It seems cheap at the price. 2. Just ignore him. 3. Tell the press. Go make a donation. Very well, Prime Minister. I'll see to it. Uh, 4:20 is our next thing. Meeting with party chairman. What does that sound? Oh, intercom. A little bit embarrassing, but Prime Minister, it's been get on with it, Bernard. A reporter from the Daily Journal pestering number 10 all morning says there's a rumour that you've been keeping a weekend mistress at Checkers. He wants your reaction. What should I do about it? Tonight, of course. Very well, Prime Minister. I'll put him off. Okay. Is it party headquarters? The schedule actually should be into the party chairman's office. Right, straight down to the matter of the general election visual and graphic display subcommittee. They propose we 1. Take out an option on poster sites and hoardings between January and May next year. 2. Between July and October. 3. Between late April and early July. 4. That we increase levels of official government advertising in other areas. We don't know what the date is now, do we? Sensible thinking, Jim. After all, 1. Late spring, early summer is the obvious election time. 2. It does no harm to keep options open. 3. It might deceive the opposition into thinking an election was imminent. Let's not be too clever, Jim. Either an election is in the offing, or it isn't. Okay. In which case, they're simply being given a signal of it. Now think, Jim, the election slogan, 5 more years, another 5 years facing the future. 5 more years! Oh no, Jim, you don't want to remind people what they were getting themselves in for. Oh, before I forget, Jim, the message on the stickers. Jim Hacker, man of destiny. James Hacker, man of the people. I'm a hacker backer. Oh, it'll never fit on the sticker anyway. If you want to be populist, you have to be Jim. What about some other gimmicks like hacker t-shirts for the youth vote? Sure. Not worth it, Jim. If they buy them, it means we've got their votes already. Another suggestion was party theme tune. Sure. Not a bad idea. Catchy and unaggressive Radio 2 stuff. There's also a suggestion of hot air balloons with Vote Hacker on them. Yes, good idea. No bad idea. Sure. You must be joking, Jim. Hacker and hot air, the opposition would have a field day. And what about 1, a campaign bus, 2, a campaign train, 3, a campaign helicopter, 4, a campaign hovercraft? Stick with the bus. Yes, a necessity these days. Right, that would seem to seal things. Any questions, Jim? So, general elections are all wrapping and no contents, are more trouble than they're worth, have become more American and presidential, are good fun if you have the knack. Wrapping and no contents. More or less, Jim. Of course, we have to have something to say, but not too much. Anyway, bye for now. Back to the office. Alright, what's next? Oh. Prime Minister is the Torich on the line for you. Alright, here's a Torich. The official title of the Mayor of Jerusalem. The Secretary General of the Yugoslav Communist Party. The Irish Prime Minister. Good guess, but wrong. Top of the day, it's the Mr. Hacker. It's Michael Mulcahy here. I was just wondering if I could send a belated St. Patrick's Day message to all those Irish people living in Britain. Belated all right, St. Patrick's Day was 2 weeks ago. Anyway, 1, that would be a nice gesture on his part and mine. 2, he's up to no good. 3, it depends on what he wants to say. What does he want to say? Yes, he won't ask unless he was something more than general greetings. Are you still there, Mr. Hacker? What I wanted to say was Britain owes as much to Ireland as Ireland does to Britain. It's ambiguity worthy of Sir Humphrey. It's sure to please Irish people in England. It's sure to annoy Northern Ireland's Unionists. Yes, there must be some McAppleby's still living in Dublin. Not that I want to annoy anyone, you understand, Mr. Hacker. I'm sure he doesn't. It's just that when he wants to say something innocuous to please his supporters at home, 2, Irish people in Britain pay tax but don't have a vote, and he feels that brings the 2 nations closer. 3, Irish people in Britain do have a vote, and he wants to justify that to critics. Maybe you should ask Bernard to contact the Electoral Reform Society, which might clear up your misunderstanding of the voting system. And now that I have to think of it, Mr. Hacker, would you like to pay a visit to Dublin? It would be lovely, me jabbers. That sounds rather pleasant and would help Anglo-Irish relations. The Towsy fellow is too fond of the Blarney. That would probably irritate Northern Ireland Unionists. Go for it. Depends on what your idea of good fun is. One final question, Mr. Hacker. Would you happen to know who's running the 2:30 at Haydock Park? Obviously some elaborate MIS secret message. This must be a practical joke, someone pretending to be the Irish Prime Minister. Best to be non-committal. Of course, humour the fellow. One can never be too careful with Anglo-Irish relations. Well, thanks for your trouble, Mr. Hacker. Cheerio now. What have we got here? Look forward to seeing you at Lord's for the French cricket demonstration next week. They play cricket in France? Who knew? What's next? Oh. Not a very good day today, Prime Minister. Hope the rest of the week is more successful. 30, oh God, we're getting worse. Oh, that was one day. I think we'll leave it at that. Move on to the next game. Get through at least 5 games. Right. I was going to be playing this for ages. Right. next game is Popeye 2 by Alternative, $2.99. Popeye is having a very bad day. His rather skinny girlfriend Olive Oil has been kidnapped by Brutus, the brutish black-hearted beast. Gameplay. Popeye has to make his way through several scrolling platform-filled screens, collect Wimpy's hamburgers, defuse bombs, and tackle hazards galore. Graphics and sound. The graphics are very good indeed. Huge colourful sprites and bright, attractive backgrounds all help the look of the game. The opening music is a lush rendition of the Popeye anthem. Spot effects are sparse but effective. Good fun, but possibly just too difficult. 76%. Huh? Okay. Popeye 2. Version 6128. Unique mint. Retro. Stolen music, of course. No. Popeye. Stop tape. Copyright 1990, King's Features Syndicate Inc. Presented by Alternative Software Limited. A Bizarre Development, Sheffield. Coding by Richard Stevenson. Graphics and music by Paul Bellamy. Press fire to play. Huh? Start tape. Loading, please wait. They're all there. Also, I heard absolutely no music. Oh, here we go. Get up the ladder, Popeye. Yeah, thank you. Oh, fire to jump. Guess that's a checkpoint. I don't know. Oh no, it's a spring. Oh god, Popeye's dead. Oh, pfft. He fell off and died again. Killed by a spring. Now, can we actually make this jump now? That's the difficult bit. Nope. Tripped over the spring. Got a cross. Oh, this game's going to be fun, isn't it? Try again. Jump, you idiot. Popeye don't want to jump. Not sure how you're supposed to get past this without taking any hits at all. Wow. Now we're back here again. Oh, we got under! Oh, we made it! Oh, Popeye. How do you get past the fire? Oh. Probably got fattened by this barrel. He's dead. Yeah, this game's a little difficult. What? Oh, hit me. What? Someone explain that. Dead. Oh, he tripped over a barrel. Broke his neck. God. Jump, you idiot. Nope. Oh, we can't skip this. Yeah, so you get killed by something up there if you jump. That is awful. Killed by unknown thing. Where did they come from? Surprised. Oh, that. Oh, I'm dead. Wow. Game's awful. Oh. Oh. Popeye. Oh, jump, Popeye. Jeez, please. Nope. No, no, you have to jump. Oh, you die anyway. Jeez, game. You love dying to stuff you can't see off screen. And off we go again. Oh. But yeah, now 3 of them are spawning. They're random. Get off the thing. Oh! Yeah, that was avoidable. Oh. If I just kills you, trip over and you'll break your neck again. I think we'll move on because guess we got time for one more game. So this means we got time for Jocky Wilson's Compendium of Darts by Zeppelin 299. It's Jocky at the Ocky, 14 pints. What an athlete! Everyone's favourite dynamic sporting superstar finally makes it onto the Amstrad. A paragon of agility, suppleness, gymnastic ability, and beer drinking, Guru Jocky Slim Wilson. Gameplay. The object of darts is to hurl little arrows at a bristly circle. The difficult part is keeping down the copious quantities of bitter and the whiskey that you have consumed while trying to light your fag and put a flight on a dart at the same time. Swaying gently in front of you is your monstrous volcanic gut. Simply break wind to steady yourself and hurl the first dart. The Compendium features 6 variations of the game, each involving a different scoring objective. The darts you throw can be controlled before flight, lining it up with the section of the board you want to hit. This is tricky as your bare heavy arms sway in a most alarming manner. There is enough variety to keep you happy for ages. Excellent value and a great laugh, especially in 2-player mode. Graphics and sound. The graphics are humorous and full of character for a decent overall effect. A brief title jingle makes way for some not bad in-game spot effects. It's great fun and quite nice looking too. Mind you, wouldn't it be easier to play the real thing? Verdict 80%. Somehow. Play some darts, I guess. That's not the one. I thought I wrote these down. Okay. Jocky Wilson's Darts Compendium. This is Compendium of Darts on the review. Whatever. So keyboard joystick define keys league. Joystick. 1-player game. Enter your name. No. Football. Dart bowls. Scram. 10 dart century Shanghai. Did I pick the right one here? It's not what I remember testing. Well, it says it is. There's a few other Jocky Wilson's darts games listed there. Ooh. Okay, go over this. Select heads or tails, player 1. Heads. Oh, spinny coin. Winner will be the first to reach 21 pence. Oh, yep. Oh. Oh. I don't even know what he hits. Oh, there we go. We do know. He has a 60. Oh, whoops. I'm terrible at this, apparently. Hey, I got 1 point. Oh. I have no idea how this works. No regular dance works. Whatever this is. Is this where we're supposed to hit or not? I have no idea. Oh, we got a point. I have no idea this is working. Got a point somehow. Where's Jocky? 22 points to 3. I think dart bowls, I guess it's like bowls. You gotta get closest to the whichever the first thing was, I guess. Oh, I'll figure that out too late. Football, scram, 10 dart century, Shanghai, 501. Just 501 is normally how you play it. Just to understand how it works. First to reach 3 legs. Oh, we might be here a while. Oh, geez. He's a bit too good. That was in the 60. Really? It hit it? Oh boy. That didn't hit. Oh. Well, lost that. Oh. 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 Yeah. No idea how I did that. Damn it. Just catching up. Oh. Oh, jeez. Come on. Oh, that was terrible. Oh, don't. The one. Jeez. That was 60. What? He's a little too good. Just saying. Yeah, he's a little too good. Oh. Oh, it's just going to be 60. Well, wonderful. Oh boy. Oh, God. Oh. 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 Wonderful. We lost. Alright. One more attempt. What do we play? 10 darts century? I have no idea how that works. The winner will be the first to reach 3 legs. I have no idea how this works. Really? We need 5, huh? No? Ten, 16, 25. He's got 10. Okay, for some reason he sucks at this. Oh, he's going first now. Yeah, for some reason he sucks at this. That's interesting. Be fancy. Oh. I mean, the bullseye is only worth 50 points, so if he hit it. Let's just go back up to 60. Here we go. He sucks. Why is he good at 501 and not this? It's weird. Oh, anyway. We presume it's the same game. It looks the same as in the screenshots. Well, actually, no, it doesn't really, does it? I'm not sure this is the same game. It is by Zeppelin. We do describe the graphics like that, no? So, oh, I suppose it. Weird. Let me check the cover art on this. That will give us a proper title, I guess. So I was looking at it before, and at the same screenshots what I just looked at. CBC Power says it's the same game. The Jocky Wilson's Darts Compendium or Jocky Wilson's Compendium of Darts. What does the box art tell us? It says Compendium of Darts. So, yeah, and screenshots are the same. It probably depends maybe on which game we use, I guess. 6 games in one load, so yeah, that's about right. Yeah, we played the right game. As long as we didn't confuse it with, there's another Jocky Wilson game. That was Jocky Wilson's Darts Challenge or something. Apparently that's different, but yeah. Anyway. Back to the magazine. We will look at these last couple of games. We'll just read the reviews because we've played these before. It's re-releases, and then we can go back over there. Anyway, so we've got Continental Circus Mastertronic $2.99. Called 3D Continental Circus in the arcades. No, it wasn't. The Amstrad version loses the spectroscopic 3D gimmick that made the coin-op so popular. The game itself is a bog-standard racing game viewed from behind, pole position fashion. Continental Circus, you ask? What in the name of bloomin' flippin' Nora does that mean? Well, the story goes that poor translation replaced the name Continental Circuit. Ho ho, how amusing. Gameplay. The main difference between this and other racing games is the use of pit stops. It's up to you to decide when you need to go in and change your oil and tyres. Can you spare the time, or do you think your car can hold out for another lap? This can get quite frustrating. You'll find that as soon as you pull out of a pit stop, you crash into another racer. There are 8 different tracks to race on, each one in a different country. The ultimate objective is to earn the right to race at Formula 1 level, the ultimate accolade for any race driver. Graphics and sound. Slick graphics and cool music really make this one stand out. The illusion of speed is excellent. The hills and dips rolling past in a really convincing fashion. Excellent. Great value, great game, great Scott, an essential budget purchase. Verdict 92%. Grisor, Hit Squad, $2.99. Lance Grisor, he flies, he spies, he defies. He is so rock hard and dangerous that when the Earth is invaded by slimy space fiends, he takes it upon himself to kill them all. The aliens have picked the most inaccessible jungle territory in which to build their vile lair. Lance has to yomp through several sections of monster-infested rainforest before the final confrontation with the big nasty. Gameplay. Fortunately for Lance, his own people will at regular intervals send in pods containing extra weapons and armour. Armour? Okay. These include wide shots, laser, and extremely rapid fire. You'll need them too, for at the end of each level you will have to make your way through a network of 3D tunnels packed with grenade-lobbing soldiers. Lance is a fairly athletic sort of chap and can somersault all over the place. As well as the violent shooty action, there are plenty of platform puzzles, and these give the game its edge. Sound and graphics. The graphics are quite gloriously colourful, the spot effects effective, and the game reeks of quality. But it does have one very dreadful flaw. Scrolling. It's supposed to, but it doesn't. You reach the end of the screen and another quarter screen flicks on. It sounds confusing, and it is. You're more often than not killed by something you didn't know was there. At this price, Grosor is too good to miss. Brilliant platform shoot 'em up marred by poor scrolling. Verdict 83%. And we